Hi guys, welcome back to Lost in My Library. My name's Kate. Today I am starting reading a chapter every hour for 24 hours again. This is something I've done in the past, and I've gotten so much reading done, so I've decided I'm going to do it again. So, what am I reading for the 24 hours? I'm going to read 3 books at the moment. We'll see how this goes, how far, and possibly finish some of them because they're kind of short. They're actually all 3 very short. So this is what I've got so far. I've got Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. These are all on my Robothon and Magical Readathon books. So Daughter of the Deep, which was for an underrated book. I've started it. This so far is very confusing. It throws you in to the story without any build up, which is really surprising. It just feels like there's 4 or 5 chapters missing at the beginning of like character building and setting building, world building, of like getting attached to a place. If you've read the book, you would understand. There's like 4 or 5 chapters missing. This is not a very long book. It feels like that there's like 4 or 5 chapters missing. This is only 336 pages. So like, Rick, you could have added like 4 or 5 chapters more to the beginning of this to make things like to build things. I don't know. Don't understand, but whatever. Then I'm also reading All's Well by Mona Awad. I'm about halfway-ish through this book. I'm on page 199 of 354. So, just about over halfway through this book. So, this book is about a teacher, English teacher, who wants to do the play All's Well That Ends Well. And you can see that there's pills. These are actually medication on the front because she has chronic illness due to some things that happened to her. And this is okay. It's very weird. I think I like it more than Bunny, but it's still very weird. I don't think Mona Awad is for me, just because it's very strange, very weird, and you just gotta live with it. And then the 3rd book is on my Kindle, and that is Premeditated Myrtle. This is a middle grade as well. So we got 2 middle grade, 1 middle grade mystery, 1 middle grade fantasy, and then an adult horror. So, horror thriller. So, I think we might be able to finish all 3 books this weekend because they're all fairly short. 2 of them are middle grade, so those will most probably get finished. So, what am I going to pick up after these 3 books? That's a good question. I'll talk to you later if I finish these within a reasonable time to pick something else. So, I will check in a couple of hours. It's like 6:45-ish right now. I'm going to start at 7, so do 7 to 7. Yeah, Alright, I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Okay, so, I have read quite a bit since we last talked. I actually don't think I will be able to finish Daughter of the Deep, today, which is fine. It's fine, I'm early in the book, but I will be making a big chunk, into this. My feelings of this has not changed. I still feel like being thrown in the middle of a book that should have had 5 chapters before the book actually started. So, there's that. Currently, this is, well, if you didn't know, this is supposed to be inspired by 10,000, Leagues Under the Sea. And our main character, Anna, is a descendant of Captain Nemo from the Jules Verne novel. And she's yes. Which I was just reading this. I was reading the description. Their school is called Harding Pencroft's Academy, which is like a fancy nautical school, which is HP, and in the description it says they've heard all the Harry Potter jokes already, which is really funny because this book, I had been thinking 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. There is 4 houses, if you so choose to call them that. Yes, 4 houses that are different animals, sea creatures. And I had just been thinking about, like, I wouldn't be able to tell you what's the difference between the 4. But, like, Harry Potter explained the 4 houses of Hogwarts very clearly, feels like, in the first book. It's explained very well. I'm just like, man, like, Rick, like, Percy Jackson is better than Harry Potter by far. But this is getting close to Harry Potter territory, even closer. And it's not doing it for me. I hate to say it. I hate to say it because it's Rick Riordan. I love Rick Riordan. Also, continuing on with All's Well, I actually think I like this better than Bunny just because this makes more sense than Bunny. I can follow the story a lot easier than Bunny. I think I actually like this one more than Bunny, but this is about a woman who has chronic illness, and she's an English professor, and and also the drama teacher, whatever, and they are doing the play All's Well That Ends Well by William Shakespeare, and some weird things start to happen. Basically, very weird things start to happen. I'm liking it so far. Actually, I'm close to finishing it. I'm not sure how this is going to end. So I'm intrigued to see how this one ends. Because Bunny ended very suddenly and didn't make a whole lot of sense. The ending. I still don't understand what happened at the end of Bunny. So, hopefully, this will make sense at the end of it. And then I'm reading Premeditated Myrtle, which is a middle grade mystery. It's a series. And this one is about Myrtle, this is a Regency? I think it's Regency. Might be Victorian. Probably Victorian. Times of a young girl whose neighbor passes away and she thinks it's murder. So it's her trying to figure out what happened to her neighbor, basically. Alright, well, that's my update. I'm liking Premeditated Myrtle. It's cute. Probably will continue the series because it's very cute. I love the puns, the murder puns that the author has named the other books after. But that is it. So I will check in. I have to go pick up my Walmart order here soon. And then I'm gonna go get food for lunch and dinner. So I will be back with something. Alright. So I have come back from getting groceries and getting lunch, feeding lunch. But now, it's Friday, by the way. Hi. My friends, former coworkers, we do every couple of weeks what we call Hyperfixation Friday, where if you'd like to, you can give a presentation about something you really like, hyperfixate on. And that's happening in about half an hour. So I'm going to try and get caught up because I haven't done I don't think I've done any reading since I last checked in. But if I am so included, look at this cute little bunny I found outside my house. I walked outside my door to go get in my car and go get groceries. So look at this cute little bunny. It was just sitting there. And I wanted to pet it, but it ran away. And I knew it would run away. I want to pet it. But it was a cute bunny. I don't see very many bunnies. It's a very cute bunny, though. I'm getting so distracted. I'm going to do some reading. And then go to Hyperfixation Friday with my friends. And give a presentation on hockey, by the way. Giving a presentation. That's my hyperfixation of the week. I have done, in the past, I've done one on the Batman family, and one on Five Nights at Freddy's. So we're moving on to hockey. Because the Stanley Cup's playoffs are coming, and you're going to hear about this from me for the next, month, probably. Maybe 2 months, that the playoffs are happening. Will my team make it past the first round? That's a very good question. I don't know. We are notorious, by the way, if you didn't know this, Minnesota Wild, are notorious for losing in the first round of playoffs. And I think we're playing against the Avalanche, who, 1, is our biggest rival. 2, the reigning champions of the Stanley Cup. And 3, adding again, we are notorious for losing in the first round. So, if we win against the Avalanche, massive. It's our biggest rival. The reigning champions. We're notorious for losing the first round. We're beating all odds. If we lose, all the same things. So, I don't like the Avalanche. I don't like the Avalanche. I got beef with the Avalanche. I have what I call the beef list because the teams I don't like aren't the worst teams in the league. So I can't call them the worst teams. I just call them my beef list because I have beef with these teams. And Avalanche are at the top of my list. And if you'd like to know more, you'll hear about 2 more teams because 2 more teams are in the playoffs. So there's that. I don't know. I'm just hockey. Hockey has evaded my mind, and it's just I'm excited. I'm excited about the playoffs. Never have I participated in this, so I'm just pumped and ready. I'm excited. I've been watching for most of this season. I've been following my boys through the ups, the downs, the injuries. Krill, don't do that to me ever again. I was distraught for a month. Kidding, I was not distraught. But, I hated not having Krill for a month. Hated it. I needed him back. Anyways, he's fine. He's back. Anyways. I just need to get back to reading, for a little bit before Hyperfixation Friday. Alright, bye. Okay, so things. Things have happened. I finished All's Well by Mona Awad. I also finished Premeditated Myrtle by what is her name? Lindsay? Elizabeth Bunce. Okay, so let's talk about things one at a time. All's Well. This is a lot more cohesive than Bunny. It makes more sense than Bunny. The ending, still confusing, but it's not as, what the actual heck did I just read? What, how did this end up here, and how did we get to this point? This makes more sense. This is like building up to the opening night of All's Well, the play. That makes a whole lot of sense of what's happening in the grand scheme of things. Although, so at one point, this is spoilers, by the way. One point, our main character, Miranda, what happened to her, she had a hip problem, or she fell off a stage, causing a hip injury. This hip injury she had surgery on her hip, which caused her to have back problems. The back problems ended up causing leg problems. So, like, her hip, one leg, and her back hurts chronically. And there's really nothing that can be done. One point, her leg starts to get better, stops hurting so much, and Brianna, one of these students, takes that injury. Like, she starts limping, she starts having the same problems that Miranda did, and then it's set up that, like, the pain kind of, like, transferred from Miranda to Brianna. And it's like, oh, okay. And she's still like, oh, my hip still hurts, my back still hurts. Okay. Maybe it's just the leg. So, and then at another point, she gets in an altercation with Grace, who is her, like, assistant director of the play. And she doesn't see Grace for a long time. And I'm like, okay, well, it would make sense to set up that Grace took on some other pain too. She got in an altercation with her physical therapist, but we never see this. It would have made more sense to make this a little bit longer, to see her at least hear or see that Grace and the physical therapist took on the pain, because at a point, Miranda feels no pain, basically. And then the ending. We keep seeing these three guys. We don't really know who these three guys are. It's never ever explained who these three guys are. They're just some kind of mystical beings, kind of, I guess, at some point. And things don't go right at the end. The play doesn't go exactly as planned, and Brianna gets better, and then we see Grace, but Miranda also stays healed, so it feels like subverting expectations of, like, well, they're better, so, like, Miranda should get worse again, but Miranda doesn't get worse. She goes to a bar, that we've seen before, and she sees another lady who orders the Golden Remedy. And it's just like a weird scene of just like, hey, you ordered the Golden Remedy, weird thing happened. And it ends. What? There's no answers. This book answers nothing. And I'm so confused. I'm still confused as to what anything means for this book. I need to watch Kayla just talk about this book. I think that's what I need. I need Kayla to explain to me Bunny. What Bunny was about. Because I know Kayla loves Bunny. And I need her to help me understand anything by Mona Awad. I just need to watch her video. Premeditated Myrtle. Premeditated Myrtle was a cute middle grade, but honestly didn't really bring anything new to the table. It was cute, but honestly didn't really bring anything new to the table. It was a middle grade mystery. Nothing got very dark or anything. It was okay. But I don't know what I expected, but it's average. I'm sorry. It was pretty average. It was okay. It didn't do anything wrong, but it didn't do anything new. It was cute. The cover's cute. Might read the rest of the series. Who knows? There's like 5 books now, by the way. I looked at the series thing, and it's like there's 5 now. And the first book was published in 2020. Okay. So, we talked about the finished books. Let's talk about Daughter of the Deep for a hot minute. Okay, so, we're building up to finding the Nautilus. The Nautilus? Is that how you say it? Captain Nemo's ship that's in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. We're building up to this. We're kind of organically learning about the different houses. I wish it was a little bit explained in the book a little bit more. But we're kind of organically learning a third maybe into the book. I still wish, because I have no connection to this academy that they went to. No connection. They were just sent on this trip, and we didn't get to see any of the academy. We didn't get to, like, experience it, so it just, I'm gonna keep saying it, that this needed 5 chapters before this. Like, 5 chapters of just exploring the academy, getting used to the houses, getting used to the vibe of the school. We're just thrown into this trip. This is the first book. I don't know if this is going to be a series. I don't think this is going to be a series. I honestly do not know. But it's not his best work. It's just not. It's not Rick Riordan's best works. And it's sad to say that because this is something he really, really wanted to write. And it's just like, Rick, could you give us a little bit more explanation of what is going on? It's like, did you forget how to set things up? Like, and explain and get us invested in a place? Like, we're invested in, when we get to Percy Jackson, we're invested in Camp Half-Blood. We meet these characters in the first book. And we don't want to, we get invested to these characters. Some of these characters very early on. And we get attached to some of them. And some of them we get attached to later on in the series. But, like, we get attached to these characters. We get attached to the place itself. To the point we don't want to see it destroyed. And that's built up by us going to Camp Half-Blood first, and then going on to our journey. Okay. That is my little rant. Okay, what am I going to read next? I don't know if I'm going to pick anything up. I might just continue reading reading just one chapter at every hour of this, because I'm still I still have a bit to go. I might pick up As Good as Dead, because when I read As Good as Dead, that's going to take care of all the classes I need to read for my magical readathon for a healer. It's going to take care of all my classes. Every Girl Has a Silver Lining finished. Premeditated Myrtle finished. All's Well finished. So I just need to read As Good as Dead, which is over there. Yeah. I think I might pick up As Good as Dead and start that. That actually sounds really good. I'm looking at my other books right now. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go down to 2, and I'm going to start reading As Good as Dead. So, that sounds good. Alright, I'll check in with you a little bit later. Hi. Hello. Weird things are happening. Anyways. Okay, it's the end of the vlog. It is now Saturday. I caught up reading chapters for when I was asleep, and I took a shower, and now I'm gonna go get some lunch. Let's finish talking about what I read. Okay, so we started out with 3 books. Started out with All's Well by Mano Awad. Ended up giving this 3 stars. Still very weird. Still don't understand it. But it's better than Bunny. And more cohesive. It makes more sense than Bunny. So, there's that. Congratulations. Then we've got a finished Premeditated Myrtle by something Bunce. Forgot what her first name was. I'm terrible with names. And this was cute, but it didn't do anything new. So, ended up with like a 3.5. So, it's fine. I rounded it up on Goodreads. It's 4 on Goodreads, but it's more like a 3.5. Doesn't really do anything new. It's cute, but whatever. Then we started, or continued with Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. I complained about this starting too late into the story, in my personal opinion. Where I am now is getting kind of interesting and kind of feeling like Skyward by Brandon Sanderson in a weird kind of way, but we'll see how this goes. I think this is supposed to be a standalone. I'm fairly sure this is supposed to be a standalone. I haven't heard anything about it being a series. And then I started As Good as Dead. I don't think I have talked about As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the 3rd book and final book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I've really enjoyed the last 2 books. I liked the first book better because I liked the mystery of the first book better. But the 2nd book destroyed me at the end. It hurt a lot seeing what Pip went through at the end of the 2nd book. And this one, she's going through the aftermath of Max Hastings, his trial, and his subsequent being acquitted of being a not nice person. And dealing with that, and dealing with a stalker who we just discovered is following the same pattern as a killer from long ago who actually never, who killed women around Fairfax where she lives, but never actually killed in Fairfax. So that's kind of where we're at now. She's discovering this having same patterns as that previous murder, serial killer. Yeah. And that's it. I know that people don't like this as much as the previous 2 books. I think it's very different, but I think Pip has gone through a lot, and her character matches with what she's gone through. I think this is the natural progression of what Pip has gone through. So I'm enjoying it so far. Don't hate it. Pip is very different from the ending of book 2. But book 2 was a lot. It was a lot. But that has been my 24-hour reading vlog. I thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about these books. If you read them, in the comments down below. How is your month going? Are you participating in Ramadan and the Magical Readathon? How's that going if you're doing it? Go be a good cabbage today. Do something kind for someone. Even if that is for yourself, because self-care is important. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.